Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney. So glad to be here with you this morning. Man, it's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. Oh, man, so got a lot to talk about today. I'm excited, as always, to be here to do this show with you. I don't know if you checked it out yesterday, but I added music to the mix, baby. I added music to the mix, and that was so exciting for me because I feel like a little bit of a DJ at that point. I'm not a DJ, so DJs don't get mad at me. I'm just a woman having a good time over here talking about the county she live in and some places beyond, so I'm excited about that. I know you guys are the professionals. I'm just the amateur having a good time. I must say I'm having a really good time, and I'm so glad to be here today. Though I gotta tell you, man, any day you get a chance to wake up is a good day, and I'm having a good day, and I thank God for that because it could have went in another whole direction this morning, but it didn't. So I want to start out this morning talking about my People Helping People segment. This is a segment of the show where I talk about a nonprofit that's doing some great things around Gwinnett County, and I'm going to be talking about beyond because even though I live right here in Gwinnett County, there's a lot of great things that happens beyond that Gwinnett County. So, I have my show broken down into segments, and at the end of the show, towards the end of the show, I'm going to do a little bit about beyond Gwinnett County. So that's something new that I'm adding in the mix. I'm adding some other stuff in the mix. I already got interviews going on, and people talking about money, and people talking about business, and people talking about community. So just trying to make this the best show possible. Entertainment, enriching, encouraging, empowering. I want it to be all of those things because that's how I live my life. I have vision boards and I have dreams, and I want to share those things with people. I want this show to be inspirational to somebody. I want it to be, when you're having a bad day, I want it to be like uplifting. If you're having a struggle with your business, I want it to be empowering and educational. If you're thinking about going to college and you don't know what to do, I want you to say, you know what, let me listen to the past episode where they had the college professor on there talking about, the importance of education. I just want it to be a show that enriches lives, and, while it's entertaining at the same time. So I'm just having a good time with this thing, and, glad to be here again with you this morning. But listen, people helping people. Prom season is almost here, and I don't know if you know it or not, but let me tell you, I know the young girls have already started buying all the prom magazines. They're looking for the dresses, they're looking for the shoes, they're wondering who's gonna ask them out to the prom. It's this whole thing about prom, and it's exciting. I'm not gonna lie. I remember when I was going to the prom, I was excited. It was about who was gonna do my hair. So let me date myself a little bit. I had a jerry curl. So if those of you who don't know, we had like these wet curls back in the 80s called the jerry curls, and they were wet. And I had a jerry curl. My hair was really long. Now that was the crazy thing about having a jerry curl. When you had the jerry curl, your hair was all curled up, right? So it was all curled up. But when you blew it out, it was straight and long. So when I blew my hair out for the prom, it was very, very long. And then I let this guy cut it all off. I was so pissed off, and he did a terrible job. So I didn't like my hair for the prom, not at all. I thought it looked crazy. He cut me like a shag or something, and my hair was really long and thick, and he cut it off. But prom season is really exciting for a lot of people. It was exciting for me. I remember when my daughter was going to the prom. I was excited. She was excited about the dress and who was going to take her. Then my niece went to the prom, and I had to fly back to Jersey for the prom because, I had to be there for her prom. So prom season is exciting. The girls are excited. Who you going with, what car you going to drive, what shoes you going to wear, what the dress look like. Well, for some girls, that's not the case. For some girls right now, they're experiencing some rough times. And their question is, they could care less about a prom probably, but, where am I going to sleep tonight? Am I going to have food to eat tonight? And these are the young girls who are going through the foster care system. That's why this People Helping People segment, shout out today, is so important because, excuse me, they are helping young girls right now who are struggling. They probably are in foster care, or they just don't have the ability to take care of prom things for the prom, the shoes, the hair, the gown, the whole nine. They don't have that. They don't have the opportunity. So for People Helping People, for People Helping People segment, my shout out goes out to a nonprofit organization, Because One Matters. I'm all tie-tongue. Because One Matters is a nonprofit that work to create a stable environment for children who are in foster care. And one of the things that they're doing this year, they're creating a 2019 prom experience for two young ladies who need to be able to, who want to go to the prom and want to feel special. And I think that's so cool, man, because I know what it's like when they're trying to go to the prom. You know, if you've ever gone to a prom, if you ever visit, you know, your niece or your goddaughter or your granddaughter, and you know, it's all a rave. You know, they take pictures, they walk the red carpet, they do this whole day out before they get to the prom. And so Because One Matters is going to be sponsoring two young ladies for this prom experience. And what's included in that, they get their prom attire, they get a hairstyle, they get makeup, they get a mani-pedi, and they get a photo shoot session. Let me tell you something about having a photo shoot session. It's really empowering. It makes you feel so amazing to be in front of the camera. Now, some people are kind of shy, but when I tell you, it makes you drop your inhibitions when you're in front of the camera, just to feel like, you know what, this is all about me. We did a photo shoot about 2 weeks ago, and I had a really good time doing it. It was me and my team for a new TV network that we're launching. We did a photo shoot, and we had a good time. And you know, it makes you have fun because you get to be silly and serious at the same time. So, you know, I know these young ladies are going to enjoy this. And this Because One Matters does a lot of different things. They do birthday parties 3 times a year for children who are in foster care, and they may not have the ability to have a birthday party. So they throw birthday parties 3 times a year, in April, August, and November. And so in April and August, it's kind of like a back to school and birthday party at the same time, because around that time the kids are going back to school. And then the one they do in November is kind of like celebrating birthdays and Christmas at the same time. So, you know, they're doing some great things over there. And whenever you can celebrate life, it's a great thing. You know, a lot of times we kind of forget what that means, to celebrate life, and some people just don't get the opportunity, like, you know, some children that may be in foster home. Prayerfully, that the ones that are in foster care, you know, they are with families that really love them and take care of them, but sometimes it's just rough. And so Because One Matters is helping them, you know, get past that by doing small things like, you know, hosting a prom experience. I think that's so cool. You know, it's that time of year, you know, and two lucky women, and I know they wish they could do more, and they probably could with your help. So if you want to know more about the 2019 prom experience by Because One Matters, you can go to becauseonematters.org, and you'll see the programs what they have to offer there, and you'll see the prom entry information there. They're located, if you want to make a donation, because, you know, donations are always welcome at nonprofits, because that's pretty much the lifeblood of how they keep this thing going, and they do some really important work, as you can see. You know, every nonprofit that I've shouted out so far have just been doing some amazing things. I mean, there was one company that did birthday cakes, you know. Now we have this one that do proms and birthday parties and paint party fundraisers and things like that. So there's a lot of ways that you can get involved and help out, and also volunteer your help. So if you want to be able to support Because One Matters, go to Because One Matters, that's the word one, becauseonematters.org, or you can give them a call at 678-752-1049. They're located right here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. If you want to make a donation by mail, you can do so by going to P.O. Box 466251, P.O. Box 466251, Lawrenceville, Georgia 30042. Always looking for help. They're always looking for support. And I think this whole prom experience that they're creating for these young ladies, you know, they want them to be able to get out there and enjoy themselves. They want them to be able to rock it that night. And that leads us right into our first song. I'll be right back after the song, y'all. Okay, so my song don't want to play. Let's try another song. All right, having some technical difficulties there. I was just so excited about adding music, but you know, sometimes it's going to do what it's going to do. But let's keep this show rolling. Part of that song was going to play. It's called Rocket Tonight, but I'll play it tomorrow because I can't get it tonight. What's happening around the county? Well, advanced voting registration is taking place right now, and they will be doing it up until March the 15th. So if you, and this is for the transit referendum. If you are having problems, if you want to get out and vote on that, they started already, and they're going to be doing it up until March the 4th. Up until March the 15th. It gives you the opportunity to vote early, because now listen, if you want to make sure your voice is heard about this referendum, you want to get on out there and vote. Don't sit back and let it pass and be hemming and hawing, because you have the opportunity to vote. If you like it, vote. If you don't like it, vote. But you have that opportunity. The actual voting date is March 15th, but early voting is open now to March 15th. And so they're also going to be opening more satellite offices starting March the 4th. But right now, if you want to vote, you can go to the Gwinnett County Voter Registration Office at 455 Grayson Highway in Lawrenceville. That's Suite 200. That's the Gwinnett County Voters Registration and Elections Office. Go cast your vote. Whichever way you decide to do it, cast your vote. Make sure that your voice is heard, because that's what it's there for. Again, that's 455 Grayson Highway, Suite 200 in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Beaufort City School Board is getting a new superintendent. Mr. Robert Downs has taken over as a new superintendent for Beaufort. The assistant superintendent, Rita Cantrell, is about to retire at the end of the year. So welcome, Robert Downs, to the Beaufort. I'm sure they're happy to have you there, because, we want to make sure the school systems are doing great things and moving forward. All right. I sure hate my music is not playing. I want to just cry right now, because I was so excited about that. Yesterday I was jamming in the office and, doing all this thing in the studio and just having a good time. And now my music don't want to play. But hey, the show must go on nonetheless. Can't let one thing stop me. All right, so Norcross is getting a new company. Listen, there are going to be some jobs available. There's a new company coming to Norcross, EPAC Flexible Packaging. They're coming to Norcross. They're going to be opening up a 20,000 square feet facility where they're going to be doing packaging, and they're going to be hiring 15 people. This is exciting, because whenever there's a job coming to Gwinnett County that creates the opportunity to hire folks, it's exciting, because that helps our economy, that helps our family who are in need of employment. So that's always a good thing. So welcome to EPAC coming to Norcross. And they hope to take that 35 up to 40, up to 30. They hope to take that 15 people up to 35 over the next 2 years, which means they're going to be adding more jobs. Listen, we know that Gwinnett is a great place to house your business, and we welcome EPAC Flexible Packaging to the to Gwinnett County. And also, if you look into, you want to go out and you need a job, make sure you go over there and check it out. You can go to the website and check out. Just Google EPAC, that's EPAC, Flexible Packaging, and see what they have coming up. They have some job openings, I'm sure, coming down the pike, because they're going to be hiring 15 people. And that's a huge facility, 20,000 square feet. So they're going to need your help. So hopefully you got the skills necessary. Like we talked about it before, you got to have the skills necessary, so when these jobs come into our county, that you're eligible to go out and apply for them and possibly get them. And listen, one way to do that is to go and take a class. You can go over to Gwinnett Tech and take a class, learn how to do some things, create some new skills for yourself. That's important. Sometimes I'm gonna tell you a quick story. And this was a while ago, but I used to work at a hospital in New Jersey. It was me, my mom, my aunt, my boyfriend at the time, my two best friends. We all worked at this one hospital, and I had been there almost 9 years. My mom had been working there 17 years. My aunt was about probably 13 years, and my friends and I, we were all there probably around the same time, around 9 years. Well, the hospital went bankrupt. Totally bankrupt, and we all lost our jobs. And that's when I kind of learned. And we're talking about They started like laying people off in 1995. So that I'm dating myself. And I was one of the first ones to go, because I had switched my position, which means, so let me just back up a second. If you work at a hospital, most of the time you work in a union. I don't know about down here, but when we were in Jersey, we worked under a union Union 1199. And it gave you opportunity to move around, to get education, to, go to other departments. Well, I went back to school to learn x-ray. And so I left because I was working in x-ray, I was working in the x-ray department, but I wasn't an x-ray technician. So I wanted to become an x-ray technician because, I wanted to make more money. And I had been in that position probably at that time about 6 years, and I just knew my future was going to be at that hospital. So I decided to go back to school, which the union paid for. And but I had to, in order to do that, I had to go on the night shift. And so I went back to school on the night shift so I can get my degree in X-ray technology and radiology. And I did that in 95, and lo and behold, the company started laying people off because they was in the process of going bankruptcy. So because I moved from X-ray to a unit clerk, which is the person that, put in the orders for the doctors, I lost seniority. And so when they started to do their first round of layoffs, I was the first one I was in that group of the first to be laid off. But what happened was, I launched a resume writing business at that time because there were so many people who were getting laid off. They needed jobs. And let me tell you what I found out. Now, I had been in school. I had been going back and forth to school for years because the union paid for it. So I was always in school for something. And I remember my boyfriend at the time saying to me, "You're always in school." But I needed to have skills, so I had to go to school. And so what happened was, at that time, there were people who had been in the same job for 40 years. They didn't know anything else. So when it was time for the hospital to actually close down, they were trying to scramble around because they didn't know anything. They hadn't acquired any new skills. And they were just out, they were just lost. So I had to look at their resume. I had to look at the experience that they had, and I had to create stuff for them based on what I had learned. So if you worked the food line, you worked the cash register in the cafeteria, and that's what you've been doing for 40 years, I had to come up with skills for these people. And so I had to come up with stuff like customer service skills and money management skills and accounts receivable. And, it was crazy. I had to make up stuff because they had did the same job for 40 years. And it was crazy because they could, if I had not come up with some of those things that I came up with, they would have been lost trying to figure out what they were supposed to do next. And so, you don't want to be in that position. I know a lot of people think my job is secure. Let me just tell you a little secret. No job is secure. Let me just say that again. If you think that your job is secure, you're in for a rude awakening. No job is secure. And so you need to make sure that you have the skills to move to the next level. You need to make sure that you are a marketable person. So when jobs come into the county, you can stand up and say, "Hey, listen, I may be qualified for that job. Here's my resume." But if you don't have any skills to put on your resume, then you don't have a resume. And I'm telling you, I've never seen such a tough market as the one I see here. There are people, they want you to have degrees and letters behind your name. So you are really, you're in a competitive market. So what you want to do is you want to stand out. You want to make sure that you have skills that make you stand out. Now, let me tell you a good career, a good skill to have. And I see this a lot. Project management. Project management. Here's another one. Product management. I went to an event last year for product managers. There's a whole community of people who just focus on nothing but product management. And I had no idea what that meant until I went to this event. It was a full day event from 9 to 5, and it was about product management. And it was so many and I'm saying product, because people think project management and product management are the same. They're not. Product management means that they have one product that they manage. So let's say, for instance, you went to a company. Let's say you went to EPAC for instance, right? And let's say you were in charge of the bubble wrap. That's all you was in charge for, was the bubble wrap. You need to understand everything there is about the bubble wrap. Okay? They manufacture it. What's the manufacturing process? What's the delivery process? What's the login process? What's the warehousing process? You need to know everything about bubble wrap. And so, but you need to understand what product management is. Take a course on it. There are some short certificate courses out there on project management, product management. You can learn how to do, if you don't know how to do the Microsoft Word, go and take a class on Microsoft Office and learn how to do those things. I did that. Like when I didn't know how to use a computer, which was, it was a long time ago. Really, like I learned really quick. I took a course on, well, not that I didn't know how to use a computer. I didn't know how to use Microsoft Access at the time, and Microsoft Excel. So I took classes on those because I knew how to use a computer because I learned in high school. But I didn't know Microsoft Access and I didn't know Microsoft Excel. Back then, Microsoft Excel is still very widely used. I don't know about Access because there's so many database softwares out there now. But back then, Access was all the rage. If you knew how to do Access, you were like really marketable. And so I remember going for a job and putting down I knew how to do Access. Now here's the crazy part. They wanted me to know how to do it, but I never used it. But because it was on my resume, because I had taken a class on Microsoft Access, I got the job. So what I'm saying is that you want to make sure that you are marketable. You want to make sure that your skills are up to par. And if you have not taken the time out to learn something new, do so, please. You know, there are a lot of online classes you could take right now that offer certifications. Here's the crazy thing. They offer certifications. You know, there's just a lot you can do. I have an insurance license. I don't talk about it that much, but I do. I closed 2 new clients this weekend, just hanging out, closed 2 new insurance clients. Now, could I have done that without a Georgia insurance license? Absolutely not. But I did because I have a Georgia insurance license, and I'm working on my investment license. These are just things because I need to make sure that I'm relevant all the time. I need to make sure that opportunities that come my way, I'm able to accept. And so you have to be in a position. But listen, don't just get certificates in anything. Don't just get licenses in anything. Make sure it's things that are important to you. For me, creating a legacy is important. For me, sharing information about creating a legacy is important. And so for me to be able to do that, I need to know what it takes to create a legacy. Knowing how to invest money and knowing how to secure my family is very important to me. So it will make sense for me to, get my insurance license, starting businesses. I do this. This is what I do. I start businesses. I help people start businesses. I help people write books. These are all the skills that I have acquired over the last 22 years. Just because I wanted to learn new things. I learned how to write a book in 98 and I wrote the first one. I learned how to start a business. I learned how to do manufacturing overseas because God gave me this idea for this doll and I need to know how to manufacture. So I had to go overseas to China and manufacture her. These are skills that I have acquired that now I talk to people about. Now I train people on. So what I'm saying to you is get your skills up because you never know when opportunity is going to knock. It's better to be prepared than to be planning to be prepared. Get your skills up, take a class, take a course, get a coach, whatever you have to do to make yourself marketable, do that. Because listen, Gwinnett is an attractive place for businesses. And they see that more and more. And I talk about it 4 days out the week. And so it's being heard around the world. Someone is listening to that and say, hey, I need to go check out this Gwinnett County, Georgia, and see what it's all about. This lady keeps talking about it every day. I keep hearing her say something great about Gwinnett County. And so they may say, you know what? I want to come to Gwinnett and I want to bring my business there. And I need to hire 100 people. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to be one of their new hires, one of their new crew members, one of their new partners? Make yourself marketable. I could talk about that all day, but I won't. I'm just going to move right on to my next part here. Listen, it's that time. You want to go out this evening, $2 Tuesday over at the Eagle Theater. Listen, it's $2 Tuesday. Go out, check out a movie. The movie they're showing today is called The Breakfast Club. We're talking about the 80s. The Breakfast Club. One of my favorite movies in the 80s was Fast Time at Ridgemont High. The Breakfast Club was cool, but Fast Time at Ridgemont High was one of my favorites. If you want to do something today, you're on a budget, but you want to go out, take the boyfriend, take the wife, take the husband, take the kids, it's $2 Tuesday. You can catch a movie at 12 o'clock. You can catch The Breakfast Club at 12 o'clock today, or you can go this evening at 7 o'clock and catch the movie, $2 Tuesday. That's Eagle Theater. The Eagle Theater located at 5029 West Broad Street in Sugar Hill. Again, that's the Eagle Theater, located at 5029 West Broad Street in Sugar Hill. And if you want to go online and purchase your tickets in advance, it's www.eagle at Sugar Hill. What is it, Eagle? I don't know. Listen, call the number. I don't know. I wrote something, so sometimes I can't even understand my own handwriting. So I wrote it down and don't even know what I wrote. Call the number 770-945-6929 for more information. And they can give you the website there because I goofed it up. But listen, until next time, I'm going to be signing off. I'm so sorry my music didn't play. I'm so upset about that because I was so excited about having the music in here. But it'll play. Well, tomorrow I have a guest, so I won't be playing that much music. I may play one song tomorrow, but I have a guest. I have a great guest. My guest is Chris Cook. We're doing this 12-week series on creating your financial destiny, and then that's really important. So Chris knows his stuff. He's high-powered, high energy, and he knows his stuff. So if you have not heard his past 2 episodes, go over to goodmorninggwinnett.com and listen to the past 2 episodes so you can be caught up with our episode tomorrow, which is episode number 3. And we're going to be talking more about what that means to create your financial destiny. So, and that's important. If you're thinking about something, what do you want to leave your children? What do you want to leave on this world? You can't do a lot of stuff without money. Some things you can, but a lot of stuff it requires that you have money, and if you make money and you're constantly spending and you're not saving, there's no legacy to be left. So we want to teach you what that means to be able to leave a legacy and create your own financial destiny. So Chris will be here tomorrow, me at 9:00. I may be able to play one song. Don't know what happened. At least I can talk to you today. But I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing. Again, if you missed an episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com. Check it out. Share it with your friends. We're on iTunes. Like us on iTunes. Subscribe to the channel on iTunes. If you have an Amazon Fire TV, please go there and download our channel. It's Good Morning Gwinnett. Just go to the Amazon store, click on apps, then type in the search engine Good Morning Gwinnett, and it comes up. Add it to your Fire Stick so you can listen when you're trying to get dressed in the morning to past episodes. Yeah, you can. We'll soon be on Alexa. I'm so excited about that. We'll soon be on the Alexa. So then you can just say, Alexa, play Good Morning Gwinnett. That's exciting too. And so mobile apps are coming as well. We got a lot planned, man. Got a lot planned. I'm just still working out all the kinks before I do all the launches because I still have some kinks I have to work out, like my music not playing this morning. I'm upset about that, but not really because it could have been worse. I'll be back again tomorrow. And I hope you will too. Make sure to share the show. Till next time, everybody, thanks for listening. I really appreciate you. Make it a great day.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you missed an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.